Go home and relax. There is no teaching. Ebu, I just want to see students just going away. No one is coming to teach you. Sawa. Okay. I'm here.
The leadership of this country owes Kenyans answers. Serious answers. Because you don't play games with the education of a nation. Tusilete mchezo kwa elimu. In recent days, we've seen disturbing images of at least 42 public schools in Tharaka Nithi operating in utterly embarrassing conditions. Mud-walled classrooms, collapsing roofs, children learning on bare floors. And this is 2025.
Hapa hakuna public school around. Shule zote ni private schools. So mtu unakaa like single mother, tunafinyika, tunaumia sana. Fisi imetufinya, wengine hata imebidi tupeleke watoto ushago juu maisha imekuwa kali. Masomo ya CBC ni mzuri yenyewe, imepea watoto experience ya maisha, but imekuwa very expensive. Juu anaweza kukuitisha kitu hauwezi ukai afford. Saa zingine mtu anaitishwa kuku na mayai, na hapa Nairobi hakuna kuku na mayai. Mtu anaitishwa overall sijui nini, na kuna mzazi hawezi afford hiyo kitu, imagine. So hapo upande ya CBC mimi ningependa serikali ya Kenya iangalie, itishe wazazi kitu kulingana na sehemu yenye wanakaa. Kama mtu anakaa town, aitishwe kitu ya town yenye anaweza akaipata, na mtu wa ushago aitishwe kitu ya ushago yenye anaweza akapata. Huwezi itisha mtu kuku na mayai na anakaa Nairobi, na uitishe mtu wa ushago kitu yenye inapatikana Nairobi. Unaona tofauti?
Majamaa, mimi naambia ni bulanda. Uko Dhumo mambo inachacha. So uko Dhumo kuna college fulani inajulikana kama nini? Kisumu Polytechnic. So Kisumu Polytechnic manzi imehoga na maishu kibao kuanzia last year. So mastudio area wanasema management ya hiyo institution manzi wana mismanage kila kitu. Alafu wanaongezea fees, alafu wanawacharge do wenyewe. I make sense. So hii wiki mimi na kwa mastudio mmoniaje kuvuruga hiyo management na kuambia wache nini? Wache umbuleni na wache ufala. Jana kwanza nakwambia sama management yao choma hivi wako na we au mastudio tukikanao hapa wanza mka siku moja afanye nini? Wachome shule. So jana kuna internal memo litokelezeka semani aje hiyo chuo imefungwa indefinitely. Kila mtu aingie maeria. Ukipatikana huko mjamaa utaonwa mboko. Mimi nakwambia ni bulanda. Sasa tunabanja mjamaa. Hiyo Dhumo Polytechnic imetingwa. Ni bulanda.
Welcome to Kenya, where there is billions of money to renovate State House but zero budget for examinations. Ironic, right? There is millions of money to donate to churches every Sunday, but none channeled to our kids' education. MPs, instead of sitting in parliament to discuss issues like this one, serious issues that are affecting the people, they are coming up with hate bills. And right now they're somewhere in Boma Hotel talking about a family, African family structure, while this is going on. There is politicians pay raise and they get paid on time, but parents are now being told that their kids will have to repeat the same class. On whose budget? On whose time? This is the first regime that I'm experiencing and it does not give a fuck about education. There is money to fly in and out the country, but none. When it comes to education, when it comes to healthcare, there is no money for that. For Kenya, when someone said tuko pabaya leo kuliko jana, man, this is it. We're experiencing it right now. And this government has made it a mandate to keep serving us the middle finger every now and then. Before blink hivi umemalizana na hii issue, washatuchapa ingine. Men, tuko pabaya na tusipoamka.
We have students who scored bad grades, low grades, for example, maybe 5 years, 6 years ago. And from there, they de-schooled, they stopped learning. Now, during this trend, they went back, registered, now they got B's and A's. And they cannot read and write. The other one is, I go to villages. Recently, I met one of my nieces. I told him, I tried to converse with him. He's grade 4. I told him, what is your name? He said, yeah, my name is so-and-so. Then I told him, how old are you? He said, I was not taught. Grade 4. And his grandmother was with him. I told him, hey, does this guy go to school? He's like, for 4 years, every morning I wake up 5, cook for him. And for 4 years, he doesn't know how old are you. And I think that is just in the whole of Northeastern. I went to Gurar, I went to Mandera, all school I visited. Grade 3, 4.
It's the reality.
They cannot. And there was a recent study by some guys called Zizi Afrik and Usawa Agenda. They did some research on literacy. They said, nationally, 4 out of 10 of grade 4 learners cannot write a story of grade 3. In Northeastern, 2 out of 10 cannot read and write. So actually we have a
8 out of 10.
2 out of 10. Only 2 can read or write.
Yes.
So 8 of them cannot read the grade 4. Cannot
All
read
right.
grade 3. Grade 3 story, English storybook.
Walimu, William Ruto aliwaita State House, akawapatia mchele na nyama, maji ya kukunywa na soda. William Ruto akawachekesha, akaambia walimu ya kwamba hata kwa hizi affordable housing atahakikisha walimu 20,000 kitu kama hiyo kila mmoja amepatiwa 2 bedroom kama walimu. Akasema hata sasa ile health insurance yenyu anatoa huko mali ilikuwa, hiyo health insurance yenyu sasa iletwe kwa SHA. Walimu wakigonjeka watakuwa wanalipiwa na SHA. Walimu wakati muliitwa State House, hata wale viongozi wenyu wenye walikuwa pale State House wakutaka kuongea problems and challenges facing teachers, head teachers and the teachers union as far as matters education is concerned. Wao walikuwa programmed, mkikuja pale form ni 10 bila break, rada ni Ruto tena, moto ni kazi, kazi bila break, na slogan pale ni 2 term. Hizo ndo vitu walimu waliambiwa. Na walimu wengi wenyu wenye mlikuwa pale State House, mlikuwa mnaangalia William Ruto kwa macho, mnaona muongo mwenye anakudanganya, na anakudanganya with a lot of courage and confidence, but there is nothing you can do about it because he's a president commander in chief and he believes he is very intelligent hata kuliko nyinyi walimu. Nyinyi walimu mmefundisha wezi, walimu mmefundisha maaskari, majudges, madriver, kila mtu, any career you see in this world, kila mtu mkubwa, kila mtu mjinga, kila mtu mbaya unaona kwa hii dunia amepitia mikono ya walimu. Sasa walimu, huyu William Ruto huwa anajifanya alikuwa mtoto wa maskini, alikuwa anauza mayai, alikuwa anauza kuku, ameenda shuleni bila. Lakini mkiangalia president mwenye hako kwa kiti leo na ile challenges mnapitia na wanafunzi shuleni, na mkompea wakati wa Kibaki, ambapo Kibaki akiingia kitu ya kwanza alihakikisha, alisema free primary education ni free. Akasema hataki kuona watoto nyumbani. Kibaki akapigana na akatoa executive orders, watoto wote wakuwe shuleni. Machifu wakaambiwa, ukipatikana kwa sub location yako ama location yako mtoto hako shule, wewe chief utachukuliwa hatua. Na wauliza walimu, education sector leo, the Ministry of Education leo, walimu, compare wakati wa Uhuru Kenyatta na wakati wa Kibaki. Are you people happy? Is President William Ruto working? Schools are bleeding. Children are being sent home like stray dogs. For the first time, public day secondary schools are shutting down their doors on learners. Why? Not because the student fails, but because the government failed them. When the late President Mwai Kibaki rolled out free primary education, it wasn't a favor. It was a moral duty backed by executive order. Kibaki understood the weight of ignorance and the power of knowledge. Then came Uhuru Kenyatta in the year 2013. Love him or hate him, he followed Kibaki's vision. He made day secondary education free. Parents only had to provide food or pack lunch for their children. Tuambiane ukweli. And even that was still manageable. Uhuru disbursed fund on time and in full. Not half, not promises. Money would hit schools' accounts. Children hit the classrooms. Learning was so smooth. Parents would play their role, the government would play its role without politicizing anything. Eh? Uhuru Kenyatta kept his promises. Uhuru Kenyatta valued education and he followed into the footsteps of the late Mwai Kibaki. Now, head teachers had money. Children were in the classrooms. Even in public boarding schools, fees were heavily subsidized. Uhuru cushioned parents with dignity and ensured that poverty would not deny a child the right to learn. Education cabinet, the then education cabinet CS Fred Matiang'i under Uhuru Kenyatta, the guy was ruthless. He did not negotiate with ignorance. Chiefs were threatened with dismissal if any child was out of school. Do you know that iron fist policy bore a lot of fruits? How? Number one, child pregnancy rate dropped from 80% to below 5%. Child labor nearly vanished. Ungepata mtu ametoa mtoto wa class 8 aende akuwe maid. Ungepata mtu ametoa mtoto wa form 3 aende akuwe maid. Ungepata mtu ametoa mtoto aende akuwe malaya. Ungepata mtu ametoa mtoto aende afanye kazi ndio halipe school fees. Early marriages became rare. Juu ile wakati people were saying pesa ya shule imekataa. Sasa nikae na yeye hapa pewe mimba zae hapa. Sieri aoleke azalie kwa bwana yake. Wakati Uhuru na Matiang'i walishika nyayo ya Uhuru Kenyatta, they ensured the right things happened. Female genital mutilation rates plummeted. They dropped, especially in western and northeastern Kenya, where now children would be in school, they were in contact with the teachers. The teachers understood the challenges and problems facing children. Sasa kama mtoto mwenye amekuwa threatened with early marriage or genital mutilation, alikuwa ana report to the teacher for early action and prevention. Why are today's Gen Zs fearless? That is the fruit of the good work Uhuru Kenyatta did in while he was the president. Gen Zs today are fearless, enlightened, and impossible to brainwash because they were sent to school en masse under a regime that respected brains over blind loyalty. They read, they questioned, they researched. Uhuru created a generation of thinkers. The kind of youth that no propaganda machine can easily control. Guys, now look around. Under this current administration, a circus of cluelessness, cruelty, education is collapsing. Oh my, guys, education is collapsing. At the President William Ruto, a hustler president, a man who should understand the plight of Mamang Boga. President William Ruto, a crook who pretends to be a born-again Christian. Guy nasikia kuongea mbaya. Ruto, we ni binadamu ama we ni mnyama? Ruto, do you live in Kenya ama do you live in Pluto and work in Kenya? Ruto, guy, Ruto ni mujinga, Ruto ni mukora, Ruto ni mwizi, na ni mwizi ako na confidence. Saa hii watoto wa secondary day school wako home wamefukuzwa. Walimu wajui wafanye nini na watoto. Walimu wajui hao watoto watakaa shule aje, watakula nini, watasoma aje. God. Then comes a president who tells you sisi tunatumia macho yetu kuona, lakini yeye anatembea na imani. Yeye anatumia macho ya kiroho. Does this man even reason? Children are going home not because they are tired of learning, but because the government is too lazy, too corrupt, too busy campaigning, launching and looting to care. The very kids who should be in school are now in markets, in border stages, in quarries, back to the same poverty cycle Kibaki and Uhuru tried to destroy. Guys, look at Murang'a County. Now let us talk about leadership that works. Murang'a County, the governor of Murang'a County, may God bless this man, Mr. Irungu Kang'ata, alongside leaders like Madam Adan Duta, took a different path. Look at it this way. There are so many vocational training centers in Murang'a. Instead of shouting and looting, leaders like Irungu Kang'ata decided to build. Imagine leaders like Irungu Kang'ata, they decided to build. and they really worked in a system whereby even after school, it is very difficult whether a person is lucky to join secondary, primary school or not. They are not left behind. It is very difficult to find idlers in Mo. Irungu Kangata and his team, they launched vocational training centers, engaging the youths, keeping the youths busy. That is why it is even very difficult to find goons in Muranga. Look at it this way. Youths are not idling or being used as political goons. They are becoming barbers, saloonists, drivers, carpenters, mechanics, and after training, Governor Irungu Kangata meets them at the gate with a startup of between 15,000 to 25,000 Kenya shillings. Madam Adam Ruto, on the other hand, is ready with networks and job placements, seeking opportunities on both skilled and non-skilled youths. That is what leadership looks like. Now, wonderful people, what excuse does the national government have? Billions for tea and snacks, for launching ghost projects and buying loyalty, but no money to keep children in class. Shame on you, William Ruto. Shame on you, Muizi. Shame on you, Conman. Shame on you. Ruto wewe ni mnyama. Ruto wewe ni mnyama. Ruto wewe ni nyoka. Ruto wewe ni nyoka. Ruto ni mtoto wa nyoka. The country is not poor. Mwizi wewe, Ruto mwizi. Maliza uende. Ruto wewe ni mwizi. Maliza uende. Umeiba ya afya, umeiba ya elimu, unaiba kila kitu. The country, Kenya is not poor. It is poorly led. If your government cannot keep a child in school, it does not deserve your silence, let alone your taxes. This is a betrayal. This is sabotage. And this is war on the future. Fellow Kenyans. Fellow Kenyans. Ni nini William Ruto amebakisha kufanya ndio museme mmechoka na huyu jamaa? Ni nini William Ruto hiyo? Ni nini mnangojea Ruto afanye ndio museme enyewe sasa mahali umetufikisha si wa Kikuyu pekee, Wajaluo, Waluya, hata sisi wa Nandi na kabila wa Kisii na wa Masai wote tunateseka. Ruto maliza uende. Ruto maliza uende. Ruto maliza uende. Ju 2027 Ruto maliza uende. Ruto maliza uende. Ruto maliza uende. Mwizi.
Hi Kenyans, mi sina maneno mengi. All I want to say is Ruto must go like yesterday. Bye.
Enyewe Ruto must go. Enyewe Ruto must go. By the way, Ruto must go. Enyewe Ruto must go. Wash fire, Ruto must go. Enyewe Ruto must go. By the way, Ruto must go.